like Musa alayhi salam, Moses. While some he sent Gabriel, and so on, different ways, as Allah wills or chooses. And we believe in the books that are mentioned in Quran and Sunnah. For example, we believe of course in Quran, we believe in the Injil. Injil is the book revealed to Isa alayhi salam, Jesus alayhi salam, and we believe in Torah, the book for Musa alayhi salam, and we believe in Zabur and Suhuf Ibrahim, the Suhuf Ibrahim, sheets of Ibrahim alayhi salam. So we believe in that. Yeah, apart from that, if you do not have proof, we cannot just bring names from ourselves and say this is the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We do that. There are lots of forms of revelations to different prophets, but if we do not have proof, we do not come out and say this prophet has this kind of book or that. So this is a belief in Allah's books. And then after Allah's books comes the last day. Believe in the last day, the day of judgment. Because we say the last day, al-yawm al-akhir, the hereafter. Yeah, for Ibn Taymiyyah, for example, he says that al-akhirah starts with your death. Once you are in the tomb, it means that your akhirah, your hereafter has started. So, because every human being has 4 stages, 4 phases. The first phase is we are created in our mother's wombs. This is the first stage. Of course, apart from people whom Allah, for example, created him directly, like Adam alayhi salam. And then we have this life, second stage. Third life is what we call barzakh. Barzakh, which means barzakh means in a time between 2 sessions, between 2 things. Barzakh, it is the life inside the grave. And we believe that we will be asked in the grave, and we believe in the torture of grave if you deserve it. We believe that there is torture in the grave. People who deserve to be tortured will be tortured in the grave. It doesn't matter how they died, even if they were burnt out and turned into ashes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created them and He knows how to recollect them. So we believe in this, and we believe that also if you are good, righteous and virtuous, you will have good life as it were in the grave. And after people are resurrected, we have the final qiyamah, day of judgment, resurrection. So we believe in this. And why do we have it last? Why was it mentioned in the last here? After this, of course we still have belief in qadar. Because usually, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in many verses, and in the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in many hadiths, he says, Allah wal yawm al-akhir. Man kana yu'min billahi wal yawm al-akhir yukrim dayfa, for example. Whoever believes in Allah and the last day should be hospitable to his guests, and so on. In many instances, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, these words believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the last day, they always come together. Why? Because they are very much interrelated. Because if you do not believe in Allah, you wouldn't believe in the hereafter. And if you do not believe in the hereafter, it means that you do not have any sense. It means that this world is not just, it's not fair. People who die and good or bad doesn't really matter. And this cannot really be, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most just. So we believe in the last day. As we said, we believe that we believe in the grave, in the barzakh, life in the grave, and then resurrection. After resurrection, we believe all the details. If we have proofs. For example, we believe in Hajj, the basin of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and inshallah may Allah make us among those who can come to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and we drink from his hand. And we believe in Jannah, we believe in paradise, we believe in hellfire, we believe in Sirat. this bridge, this passage over the back of Jahannam, of hellfire to Jannah. We believe in all these things. They are mentioned in Quran and Sunnah. You cannot just deny any of that. If you do not happen to know, again, you should learn. But you cannot deny anything that is proved in Quran and Sunnah, and you cannot bring anything that you do not have any proof for, especially because it's all unseen. It's all unseen, and it's all beyond our imagination. It's beyond our imagination. Because some people will say, I know a person, for example, who knows everything. Some people have a lot of exaggeration in the belief in certain people. They give them the attributes of prophets, and sometimes even more angels, sometimes even gods. They say, for example, this wali, this saint, for example, he knows every sperm that goes into any woman's womb, and they know every leaf that falls down. They know everyone who comes into hellfire, everyone who goes to paradise. They know almost everything. So they make gods out of these people. While the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, when he describes the hooks of Jahannam, he says, no one knows the greatness of these hooks except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, who knows most, he said that on this passage on Sirat, it has hooks, that would take people down. And the greatness of these hooks is not known except to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. While some people come and say, my shaykh knows this and that about the hereafter, without any proof. Allah musta'an. So, belief in the hereafter, of course, it only makes sense that you have to believe that there is a life after this life, and people will be taken accountable for everything they did or said in this life. So it's up for Allah. If you are kafir, of course, you go to hellfire. If you're a believer, then you will, Allahu A'lam, if you come to be taken accountable, it will be easy for you, difficult for you. May Allah make it easy for us all. This is the hereafter, al-yawm al-akhir, belief in the yawm al-akhir. Last of the fundamentals of Iman, وَأَن تُؤْمِنَ بِالْقَدَرِ خَيْرِهِ وَشَرِّهِ. Well, before, if you look at the text, وَأَن تُؤْمِنَ, he did not say وَأَن تُؤْمِنَ بِمَلَائِكَتِهِ or وَأَن تُؤْمِنَ بِرُسُلِهِ. He did not say, and you believe in his messengers and believe in his angels. Only when he reached predestination or fate, he said وَأَن تُؤْمِنَ. So again, we talked about repetition. In Arabic, when you repeat a word, usually it denotes emphasis. So here, the Prophet ﷺ emphasizes on the belief in Qadar. Why? Because it is very serious and very dangerous. Many people in the early stages of Islam had lots of trouble and controversy about Qadar. Some people went to extremes. Some people said that we have no choice at all. We are predestined to khalas. You do whatever Allah has predestined for you. You have no will, you have no choice. Full stop. Some people say no. That of course this is a great awful belief to know that to say that Allah, you did that, and it's without Allah's will. That it's all your choice. Well, briefly, I'm not going to go in details into this. You should go and search for yourself if you have any trouble with that. But basically, we believe that we restrictedly have a choice. You do not choose your parents, you do not choose your color, but you do choose to believe in Allah or not. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives all these texts, all these signs in front of you. So it's up to you. If you don't believe, it's your fault. You do not come on the day of judgment and you say, well, Allah did not make me believe. Of course, everything happens by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But here you are. If you want to believe, come and believe. No one will take you out. No one will say, no, you can't. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. And believe in Qadar, we need to know 4 things about Qadar. Qadar, predestination. First thing, We need to know Allah's knowledge about qadar, predestination. We need to know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows everything. Everything that happened, everything that happens, everything that will happen, everything that did not happen, and if it happened, how it would happen. As in Arabic we say, He knows يعرف ما كان وما يكون وما سيكون وما لم يكن لو كان كيف كان يكون. He knows everything, absolutely. So we know that Allah's knowledge encompasses everything, everyone, every time, every space. No question about it. So this is the first level. So if you say you did not, it's all your choice, and which means that Allah did not know what you're going to do. It is without the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we know text in the Quran, وَمَا يَشَاءُونَ إِلَّا وَمَا تَشَاءُونَ إِلَّا يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ. And you do not will unless Allah wills. So it's clear. You do not do anything without Allah's will. Everything is with Allah's knowledge and will. So this is the first level, which is that Allah knows everything. Second, everything is written in what we call a level mahfuz, the kept or the reserved word. Everything, because in the Hadith, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the qalam, the pen, and He asked it to write. And the qalam said, what do I write? Said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, write what is going to happen from now till the day of judgment. And the pen did write. So everything is written. So we need to believe in that. We need to believe in that. We shouldn't now go into details, for example, how then everything is already destined, and how do I change anything. And we have details about it, for example, the dua, how things, but we know that Allah knows everything. Even if you made a dua, and you were, for example, supposed to have something, and you made a dua, and this dua changed it, Allah knows that as well. Third level is, as we said, everything happens by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing happens against the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever Allah wills, happens. Whatever Allah doesn't will, never happens. Full stop. This is the whole story. So